So continuing from where we've left, we know that we have the form for the upload ready when we visit the homepage. Then that when we post without any field in the request, then obviously we get this, the file field is required error. Okay, the next thing, if we go back to our upload mailing list request, we also check that the value associated with this file index in the request is actually of the file type. So let's go back to our mailing list test and let's create another test. This time we're going to call it returns validation error if submitted without the file type. Let's call it like this. Okay, and let's make it a test, obviously. Scroll up, and I'm going to create a few new lines here. Okay, here we're going to start again. This post to the root, and then I'm going to put an array file. For file, I'm just going to have text rather than the file. Some file, and then this assert response status should be response again, and it should also be found. So HTTP found. So exactly same as before, because it should fail the validation. And then this assert session has errors, and the error that we should have is for the field file, and then the file must be a file, because this is actually the one we've used previously by mistake. For the file type, if we're expecting the file, this is the message. So the attribute must be a file, and attribute is replaced with the name of the field. So the file must be a file, and that's what we're expecting to get. So if we run it now, and there we go, we've got 3 tests, 9 assertions, all of which are passing, so that's also validating correctly. Now the next one I'm going to do is going to be the method actually that we're going to use in the following 2 tests. The method that will actually create the upload file for us, which we then can send with a request, and that will validate as the actual file being attached to the with the request. Okay, it's going to be a private function, and we call it upload file. It will take upload file, there we go. It will take 1 argument of the string type, which is going to be a stub name, and by stub name I'm referring to, if we just scroll down here, to these stub files which we've copied with the exercise files. So the name of this file, and it will return the uploaded file, and the one that we are interested in is this Illuminate HTTP uploaded file. So if I just use this one and import this class, right here at the top we have it imported. Scroll down, and we're going to start with a stub equals, we point to the current directory, and we connect it with the stubs, and then the file name, so stub name. So this dir constant takes us to the directory from within which this mailing list test is, which is this test one, and then we go to stubs and select the file by its name. So this is going to give us a full absolute path to this file. Then we're going to go for the file. We use the new SPL file info instance, and we pass this the path to this stub file. And here we can now use create the name of the file by using string underscore random, let's say 8 characters, concatenate with a full stop, and then we want to obtain the extension of the original file. So it's going to be file instance and then get extension method, which will give us the extension of this file, and then path to the new file. The file that would normally be uploaded to the temporary location, and we can get this temporary location using the sys get temp dir, concatenated with a / and then name of this new file. So this is the file, the name. This part basically would represent the file as if it was uploaded with a new name to this temporary directory. So now what we need to do is to copy this file. So copy the source file, which is the stub file from our stubs directory, onto this path. So now it is available within this temporary directory. And obviously on the other hand, on the other side, when we make this call, this file will be available as if it was actually uploaded. So return new uploaded file, and we're looking at this Illuminate HTTP uploaded file. And here we need to provide a few arguments. First one is going to be a path to the file, which is this temporary path. Then we have a name of the file. Then we're going to have a file size, and we're going to use file size function, and we path to it as an argument. So that will return a file size, and then we need to provide a MIME type, so MIME underscore content type, and again we pass the path through as an argument. Then null for the fifth argument and true for the last one, sixth one, which indicates that we are actually testing, it's not the actual upload. If we click on this uploaded file, you'll see what all these arguments are. And this uploaded file extends this Symfony uploaded file. So if we click on this one and look at the constructor of this class, you'll see first one is the path. If we look at the log blocks, the full temporary path to the file. Second one is original name, which is the name of the file. Then we have MIME type. Then we have file size. The MIME type, the type of the file as provided by PHP, defaults to. And if we just go back to our test, we've done it the other way around, so obviously that's wrong. We have MIME type, then we have size, so we need to swap these two. So MIME type first, then file size. And if we go back, then we have the error constant to be uploaded. By default, it's going to be OK if it's null, so obviously that the upload has succeeded. And then the last one tells us whether the test mode is active. So we are obviously testing, so that needs to be set to true. So let's now quickly add the doc blocks here, and let's say something like get instance of the uploaded file. Okay, so our upload file method is now ready. We can write the first test, which makes use of it. So public function returns validation error if submitted without the valid file format. And again, it's a test, so let's just add the doc blocks here. Test, and I'm going to close the file browser on the left, so the name of this method actually goes on one line. And we are going to start by making a call. This call method, and we want to submit the request using post method. Then we go into send this request to our homepage, to basically this root of our project, and then we're gonna put two empty arrays, and I'll show you exactly what these mean in just a moment. And then as a fifth argument, we provide the file, and this file will be of this uploaded file instance, and the name of the document will be document.pdf, then semicolon at the end. Let's quickly have a look at this call method. Call method takes the method we want to use with this call, which is either get, post, or put, or anything else. Then we have the URI, which we want to call. Then we have parameters, any parameters that go with this call. Then we have cookies, and then we have files. So parameters and cookies we set to empty arrays. We didn't want any. But for files, we did attach this file, this uploaded file instance. So now with this call, we obviously using this document.pdf, and we only allow, if we go back to mailing list, this request here, we only allow CSV or TXT. So obviously this should fail and telling us that obviously this is a wrong file type. So what we're going to do next is we run the assertion. This assert response status should be response, again, Illuminate HTTP response, found, again, HTTP found, which is 302. Now all these responses, if we just click on this one, you'll see that this response, this Symfony component HTTP foundation, comes with all these constants which represent different status codes that you can get with your response when you're making a call. That's why I use them rather than just type in the number here straight in. I would just prefer to use it this way, but obviously feel free if you prefer, rather than this, if you prefer to just put 302 do it like this. It's entirely up to you. And then we have this assert session has errors. This time we should have, again, for the file field, the message should say, let's just quickly have a look at what we should have. Back to our upload mailing list request. MIMES, let's look for the MIMES within the validation file. MIMES, the attribute must be of a file type and then the types that we're expecting. So back to our test and let's replace the attribute, which is the name of the field. So it's file, must be of a file type, colon, and then colon values we'll replace with CSV, colon, comma, space, TXT. Because that's what we're expecting. If we go back here, CSV or TXT, the only difference is that there's obviously a space after the comma with the validation message. So if we go back, you can see I've just added this space. Okay, let's save it, run the test, and there we go. For tests, 12 assertions, all of which are passing. Okay, let's continue with this exercise in the next video.